Hello everyone, my name is John Michael Bushman and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Happy New Year everyone! It's 2024, literally day 1 of 2024 and also, quite literally, just before the year ended, we were dropped with a ban list here on Master Duel from out of nowhere. Same with the paper game. They will be getting their ban list update slightly earlier, I believe, compared to the Master Duel format. But here we are. We will be getting this deck you see in front of you at full power in Master Duel in about 9 days, because the update will come by on January the 10th. Literally just 10 days after 2024, and we will literally see full power Dragon Rulers. Like, it's insane as to what Master Duel has come to. And believe me when I say, the build you see in front of you is the absolute floor of this deck. And this is just the link spam variant, where the end board would be to end on Trigate Wizard, Arise Heart, and hell, even the Red Eyes Black Dragon Xyz monster. That's the ideal end board, and then you have go second options from, as you can see, the 5 cards below, from Unicorn all the way to Underworld Goddess, and also Appaloosa as a backup turn 1 monster. And then the card you see here, displayed, Super Rejuvenation. This used to be Dragon Ruler bread and butter, because, you know, at least at the time when this was around, I don't think Max C was already legal at that time period. I don't know. I'll have to brush up on my history on that. But if I had to choose between Super Rejuvenation and Max C, I definitely still choose Max C. But before we get into any of that, we have a ban list update to get to. So without further ado, we're going to go into a couple of ban cards, 4 of them in fact, and the paper ban list, you know, as I usually do with these kinds of things. Editing me, we're gonna have a lot of work to do this time around, because these are a lot of cards. I think there are over 20, if I'm seeing this correctly. So let's get on with it. First ban card, the Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Dragon of Magical Chaos, Chaos Ruler, banned both in the TCG and OCG. This is, you know, if you've heard what happened in the paper ban list, Isolde was also banned there, and these 2 cards in particular, as the player base has called it, they're just ticking time bombs. They're powerful, yes, and it does take the right deck to like break these cards in half. Isolde has already been like broken multiple times, and they have dodged the ban list multiple times. But Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Dragon of Magical Chaos, or the Chaotic Dragon of Magical Dragon, Dragon Chaos, Chaos Dragon, whatever. He was banned way sooner. Like, I think about 2-3 years since release, maybe even slightly more or less. But this guy, he just enables way too much shenanigans and chicanery. He simply had to go. I mean, he's now no longer legal anywhere. He's banned in the paper game, and now will be banned in Master Duel as well. And speaking of having banned dragons, Wyver Burster is now also banned, which is a weird sentence to say, because in the paper game he's only limited in the OCG and wholly unlimited in the or wait, I got that wrong. I'm reading my script wrong. Holy shit. Oh, excuse me. It's limited in the TCG and wholly unlimited in the OCG, and Wyver Burster and Collapse Serpent are, I believe, wholly legal as a pair in the OCG. But in the TCG, they are heavily hobbled because Maxi doesn't exist in that format. Wyver Burster, same with Collapse Serpent. You banish one, you search the other. These 2 are essentially like, if you, in the Dragon Link decks, in Dragon based combo decks, you can never really go wrong with these 2. They are like staples in there. Usually 1, 2 ofs, hell, maybe even 3, because they're so easy to summon and they're low level anyway. So to see this be banned, I don't know why they did also ban Collapse Serpent as well, but I guess Wyver Burster is far more problematic in the future, as we will see much later on. But the 2 dragons, they will definitely not be missed. Hopefully they won't come back anytime soon, and they probably wouldn't. Up next is another ban that I didn't exactly see coming, but as we will move to the other sections of the ban list update later, we're gonna see why. Card of Demise is going to be banned in Master Duel. In the DCG, it's limited. It's wholly unlimited in the OCG. Card of Demise is one of those draw spells that takes a specific kind of deck to be able to fully abuse. And if you're just using it as a generic draw spell, you're going to be in for a very, very bad time. um, Card of Demise is a definite hit to the stun decks here on Master Duel. With Master Duel being a best of one format mostly. Card of Demise, literally being shot in the head at the back of the barn, in a dark alley, and then having its body being disposed in a dark alley, only to be forgotten by the ravages of time. This was a card that enables a lot of bullshit, and nobody will miss this, unless of course Konami decides to release it, same way as they released Snatch Steal yet again in the paper game. But the weirdest ban that we're getting out of this is Super Heavy Samurai Soulbreaker Armor. I did not know this was a thing until I looked it up. It's still unlimited in the OCG. It's banned in the OCG rather, and it's wholly unlimited in TCG. The main reason they're banning it here on Master Duel is they're following OCG logic, because Soulbreaker Armor, if you're reading the card here, which I tried to get a good image to display the effect as much as possible, but nowhere does it say once per turn on this card. And apparently this is an FTK enabler in super heavy, in like wombo combo super heavy samurai shenanigans. And the OCG doesn't like that. Even with Max C keeping combo decks in check over there, and Japanese folk, basically OCG banlist people don't like it that way. So I guess this won't be missed, but with the new support coming for Super Heavy Samurai soon, I can definitely see it, Konami nipping it at the bud. And this is really good. Konami being slightly proactive for once. But now we move on to the limits, and this is a pretty goddamn thick limited list. Holy shit. First off, Cash Theater Fenrir. Going to be wholly limited to one. Unlimited still in the TCG, so it's still Ash Blossom bait over there, but it's banned in the OCG. So Master Duel taking the happy middle ground where you just have one Fenrir, and you can no longer do Fenrir into Fenrir search. You really have to go out of your way in order to get most of your other Cash Theater stuff into rotation here. It's fine, I guess. I mean, Fenrir has been touted as the replacement to Pancratops anyway, but Pancratops, I don't really see Pancratops anymore, because a pop that where the monster has sacrificed itself compared to a face down banish will always be far more powerful, and you'd have to go out of your way in order to get Fenrir into rotation anyway, so it will be slightly missed. I mean, granted it's a powerful card, but it's definitely very, very annoying to deal with in multiples. Up next, another limit, wholly unlimited in the paper game, but will be limited here on Master Duel, Inspector Border. Now, of all of the limits that I did not see coming, Inspector Border was one of them. Excuse me. I'm a little sick right now. Allergic reaction to something. I don't know. I probably inhaled something over the New Year's, or rather during the holidays. So here we are. Inspector Border. Again, another hit to the stun decks. They're really, what Konami did for the entirety of this banlist update is to literally take all of the stun decks, and just wholly hobble them. Okay, they crippled them, they tore their arms off, broke all their fingers, took away their kneecaps, probably busted their ankles as well, so that stun decks will no longer be a problem. But as from the stories that I've heard, stun players are an extremely creative bunch, and they will find ways to slow the game down to a goddamn crawl, and to say fuck you to the meta decks. So Inspector Border will definitely be missed, because this is one of their more powerful low-level monsters. It's 2k attack on a level 4, and that's insane. Although granted, you can only really normal summon once, quote-unquote normal summon once per turn with this guy around. It will not be missed, because this guy is goddamn annoying to deal with. Up next, to go alongside with Inspector Border being limited, there can be only one. As I've written here in my script, Tikaboo, which now that I'm seeing it, it's actually a really weird way to acronymize. There can be only one. It's limited in the TCG, well, just as well. OCG, it's wholly unlimited, so you can still play There Can Be Only One in that format. But yes, another hit to the stun decks. We will no longer be seeing them in en masse. So having this be limited, basically to go alongside with all of the other continuous traps that are now limited here on Master Duel, I will not miss all of these things at all. And good thing I played a stun deck at least once. So I have somewhat of I have experience in playing a stun deck. So but I held back in that video of mine. I did not go like full hog, using goes in match, or I don't think I used goes in match there, but I do remember having skill drain at the very least. But moving on to the next one, to the next limit, runic destruction, literally hitting runic yet again, caught in the crossfire with all of the other bans and limits here. This is fine. I mean, probably the biggest thing that they're gonna do here is destruction destroys a spell trap and it banishes 4. I think the banish 4 is the one that really takes it over the bar, because the other runic quick plays that banish 4 don't really do too much. They're not exactly detrimental. Hell, they even help. I think the golden droplet one is the one that makes your opponent draw a card, but essentially that will that essentially a mill 5. So, but it gives your opponent a card as a way to out Runic Phantom, which is, I believe, now limited here on Master Duel as well. So, this will come back sooner or later, but probably not anytime soon. And I will put these next 2 cards together because, good God, MBT was right. He was a prophet, if anything. Pot of Desires and Pot of Duality are now limited here on Master Duel. MBT said that all of the good pots need to be limited to 1 here on Master Duel, because I don't know his exact reasoning for that, but me personally, I think it's to, just curb the consistency of all the control decks. Because if you're going to severely hobble all of the combo decks, then the control decks will sorely take over. And here you are, the 2 best ways to draw. Well, I mean, Pot of Greed will always be a really good way, but 2 best ways to filter through your deck legally are now limited to 1. Desires and Duality, these will probably come back sooner or later, when the format isn't so hostile, but who knows. Master Duel is a completely different beast altogether. Up next, Kaiser Coliseum is now limited for some reason. I can't believe this was actually unlimited for the longest time, but probably because nobody really understood how it worked. If you thought Inspector Border's wording was weird, try Kaiser Coliseum. Good God, this card is a doozy to understand. Banned in the TCG and unlimited in the OCG for some reason. I guess Sky Striker players love to... Apparently Sky Striker players in the OCG love to use this card. Because they only really have 1 monster at any given time, and then they just use back row to control you. But in the TCG, this is banned because it's a Ruling's Nightmare to resolve. So that's probably why they're doing it. But I guess it's also to coincide with all of the other hits to stun that Master Duel is getting. So it will definitely not be missed. And I will not be surprised if it does indeed get banned somewhere down the line. Another limit to the Kashtira deck, Kashtira Birth, from unlimited all the way down to 1. It's still wholly unlimited in the paper game, and this will not be missed in the slightest. I played Kashtira in the, I believe, the Kashtira Runic build, just before we got all of the new support. And I can tell you right now, Birth is the engine that allows Kashtira to recover. Having it be limited to 1 is going to hurt the deck a lot. I mean, as if it already wasn't hurt enough with the field spell and the normal spell that special summons from the deck, I believe. Both also limited, and also I think Tearlament Kashtira or Kashtira Tearlament, whichever one of those, is also limited. So I still have no idea how Kashtira is going to be able to compete. I guess Tearlament will rise to the top again as it did in the paper game. So we're gonna wait and see. Up next, Delicious Memory. Oh my God, my poor innocent boy. This hurts so much. Oh my God, I play Purrely, and to see Delicious Memory be limited is insane. It's limited also in the TCG, but semi-limited in the OCG. So they're going to follow the TCG logic here. I mean, Delicious Memory is indeed the best of the bunch because it enables Happiness to be able to OTK very, very easily. It grants an insane attack boost. especially when two are stacked on top of each other. Two delicious memory can give like what 1500 on average each, maybe even more depending on the number of material the Purrely monster has. And to see this be limited to one, it hurts so bad. It just hurts so bad. I will be playing Purrely for this video because it's the first of the month, and this hurts. This hurts so much. You really have to go out of your way in order to do what you need to do for Purrely now. Um, I can't believe. Let's move on to the next one. Synchro Zone. I have no words. Like I said, stunt players are extremely creative, and they found this absurdly obscure card from out of the ether and pulled it out of their ass and said, "Yep, this is going into our deck. We're going to say fuck you to all of your decks, because synchro monsters are not exactly popular right now. So we're gonna use this card." And now Konami said, "No, fuck you guys back. We're gonna limit it to one." Let's move on to semi-limits. Also another hit to Purrely here. Oh my god, Pretty Memory also will now be semi-limited. Like, good god. Is E-Purrely Noir really going to be that impactful, Konami? Like, will the new support really be that bad? Really, Konami, you're really going to do this to us Purrely players? How dare you? Good thing I rebuilt Fluanderies, because I am ready. I am fucking ready. For just in case Purrely is no longer viable. I mean, granted, all of these hits will no longer make Purrely as viable as it used to be, but good god. Oh my god. Semi-limiting Pretty Memory as well. Oh my god, Konami. But now we move on to the unlimits, and I will get the big dragon out of the room, out of the way, immediately. As you can see here in front of you, a full power Dragon Ruler deck. And to be unlimited on January the 10th are Redox, Tidal, and Tempest. As you can see here, I will also display here each of their status in the paper game, and oh boy, we're gonna see full power Dragon Rulers again. Back in the day, because Max C, I believe, I don't know if it was already banned by that point, but Super Rejuvenation is a definite must for the Dragon Ruler deck. But they didn't have Link monsters back then. I cannot believe I lived long enough to see this day. Holy shit. And I believe I know why they are wholly unlimiting Dragon Rulers. Because 2024 is the year of the dragon. Simple as that. They are unbanning all of the Dragon Rulers simply because it is the year of the fucking dragon. And Konami, if you want us to play Dragon Rulers instead of everything else you've hit on the ban list, I welcome that. I will embrace our Dragonic Overlords now on December the 10th, or rather on January the 10th, and I will show these kids. I mean, again, granted, the build you see here is the absolute floor of the deck. It's just Link spam, just using the dragons to barf bodies onto the board, and with Redox, being a revive, Tidal being a foolish burial. What's the name again of the other one? Oh my god, I am blanking so hard in this name right now. Bear Blaster being removed, being a pop, and I believe, what is this guy's unique effect? Special summon this card from behind the graveyard. No. During the end phase. Oh right, really? Tempest really is the weakest in the deck. Jesus Christ. He can only special summon himself multiple times. Jesus Christ, Tempest. You really are the weakest of the four. Jesus Christ. Hell, even Blaster does a better job than you. And hell, Redox is the monster reborn. Jesus Christ, Tempest. Oh my god. But here we are. Year of the Dragon, so we'll get full power Dragon Rulers, I guess. Oh my god. I can't wait to see the complaints about this one. But I guess probably the biggest thing that's going to hold this back is, as you can see here, Called by the Grave and Crossout Designator. These are two, with Dragon Rulers essentially being extremely reliant on the graveyard. well, sort of reliant because they need to discard and then, in order to do their effects, and they also have graveyard effects if they're banished, so there's that. But minus a pure Dragon Ruler deck, I can also see them being splashed in their respective elements. I think I've seen Blaster already being splashed somewhere. Redux will definitely see play in Earth-based decks. Tidal will also see play in Water-based decks. Because it's the year of the dragon, so we will see what the dragon daddies will do, and will they devastate Master Duel? Who the fuck knows? We will see, because this is going to be a one wild year for Master Duel. And then the other unlimits, Speedroid Terratop. I cannot believe this was semi-limited for the longest time, so now you can do the Takatomborg Terratop combo at 3 apiece. And this is still semi-limited in the TCG, limited in the OCG for good fucking reason. The level 3 spam decks that use the Speedroid engine, they're limited for a reason because they enable so much bullshit. They can either synchro climb or they can link climb like crazy. And we're going to see it here on Master Duel, but I have no idea how they're going to be able to compete against the Dragon Rulers, but we'll see. We're in for one hell of a combo-tastic time here on Master Duel come January the 10th. And speaking of, Orpha Scorpio from the Predator Plants will finally be unlimited. This was, I believe, limited, if not limited, semi-limited for the longest time. Still limited in the OCG, by the way, but this should have come off a long time ago. I think Darlingtonian Cobra, I think, is also the other one that's also on the ban list right now, but I'm not gonna look that up right now. And then finally, Long Yuan, finally off the ban list. Semi-limited for the longest time for the sins that Sword Soul's doing like a couple of formats ago. He finally came off, and it took them this long, but about goddamn time. So yeah, that's Master Duel for you now. Year of the Dragon, hurrah! Let's just get on with these duels. And I want to experience Purrely at quote-unquote full power one last time before they're completely gutted from the ban list. Going second with my favorite cutesy deck now, Purrely. Okay, we can still do the Max C check, because it's not yet January the 10th. So, Max C check, do you have the Ash Blossom? Do you have the Call by the Grave? Do you have something to stop this opponent? No, you do not. Alright, now we can set back to auto. God, that setting is so good, but that only really works if you're going first. Oh, we're playing against Vanquished Soul, and if there's one thing I know about Vanquished Soul, usually nipping the problem at the bud helps, but I believe I would have preferred Ash Blossom on this one now that I think about it, because if they have a way to bounce Razen back to hand, then Infinite Permanence will not do what it needs to do. Okay, and I guess Imperm does what it need do. Okay, sure, fine. Will you summon any more? Okay, you will keep summoning more. Let's see what you get here. So you equip, I believe it now destroyed itself. Yes, add a fire monster, sure. I believe another Razen, or I don't remember what the other, there we go. Oh, this is Rescue Ace. Okay. There's a Rescue Ace variant. Okay, and then, yep, Rock of the Vanquisher, sure. Okay, now I draw one at least, and then what are you gonna do now? You're gonna special summon? Okay, you'll just add, okay, putting Razen back. Sure. And just the end phase. Okay, sure. Okay, opponent. That was a short and sweet turn. You will be limited soon. I'm sorry. Let's see what my opponent has for me here. Okay. Main phase 1. Alright. My friend Purrely, here in the middle, as always. My friend mi amigo, always here in the center. Alright. Vanquisher. Okay, sure. I will allow that. I will not activate anything else first because I drew my one of triple tactics talent. God, Thrust has like thinned the deck so much. It's basically a draw one, especially if your opponent does shit like this. Oh my god. Love it, I love it. And now they're gonna search. Sure, I will not do anything just yet. Let's see what my opponent searches. I believe, yeah, add a non-warrior Vanquished Soul. So he gets either Borgar or Caius, or his name Cassius. I don't remember the dragon's name. It's either the burger or the dragon. It's one of the two. Okay, he gets Long John. Jiaolong. See, I got the two words mixed up. Cannot be destroyed by card effects this turn. Sure, that is completely fine by me. I don't plan on destroying that thing anyway. I will absorb it. But now that you have revealed it, okay, Jiaolong, doing your thing, you will special summon, sure. Will you destroy something, or does he search? I don't remember what this guy does. Change the position of one monster, add a Vanquish Soul card from deck to hand. Okay, so he's a searcher and a battle position changer. That is fine. You still have 4 cards in hand. Opponent is thinking about something. Okay. So he's going to search. Okay, he has Pluton, which is a card that I don't really see in a lot of decks often, but okay. Good to see that this guy's rocking that card. Usually Vanquish Soul only focuses on Earth. Yeah. Oh, Pluton is fire. Okay. I did not know that. I thought it was water for some reason. They usually lean heavily into fire, earth, and a little splash of dark to in order to be able to do their effects. But okay, yeah, there's Borgar, so they're ready to face whatever bullshit we have. But we're gonna see what they have against this. We're gonna draw 2 cards. As much as I want to rip their hand apart and gain a little more knowledge, my hand is pretty goddamn weak. So this is a definite sign of weakness, quote unquote. Let's see what our hand. Okay, that's actually really decent. Insurance. Goddamn insurance. All right. So we're gonna put that one there. And then now we can pitch the evenly matched to any one of our quick play spells. So that's that. And then we have Called by the Grave just in case they have anything else here. Okay, so we get Memory, and the Trap card, as is the norm. And then we can just pitch the Trap card, should it come to that. So we shall see what my opponent chooses here. Did he pick wrong? Yes, he picked wrong. Wrong for me, but not wrong for the opponent, okay? So he definitely picked right. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay, new plan-ish. Actually no, this isn't exactly a new plan. So we're gonna do this first. We're gonna use Pretty Memory. Let's see what my opponent thinks about that. Okay, I will not chain it just yet. Yes, I will discard a card. I will discard Purrely. There we go. Then I will summon one of the 2 copies of Purrely that we are allowed. There we go. Then activate Purrely. Do you have something for this opponent? Okay, activating Impulse. Okay, let's see what you got, opponent. Let's see what you got. Oh my god. There we go. Alright. Let's see what you got, opponent. Okay. Impulse. What does this guy do? Tribute this card. Oh, it literally just special summons and he searches. Okay, sure. That's actually that's fine-ish. I could have negated him now that I think about it. Because he discards himself. Yeah, but okay, we reveal top 3. Okay, we're protected from any of their destruction effects anyway. But yeah, okay, we're getting the delicious memory here. Now we don't need to discard as much. There we go. Let's see. Do they have? I don't think. Okay, they only have the fire attacker, I believe. Okay, it's just a draw tool. I don't think I should be worried about that one just yet, but we are safe-ish from targeting anyway because of the field spell. And now we're gonna do our thing. Purrely, you do your thing here. Let's see what my opponent thinks about that. Do you have something for this opponent? I mean, Imperm does not stop at only Ash Blossom does at this point. There we go. So Delicious Memory will get Plump. There we go. Then Equally Plump. There we go. Do you have something for this opponent? It's still protected, so there's that. Okay. Now we will activate his effect. We will absorb Pretty Memory and Infernable Arms Durandal because I am saving the trap card for recovery much later. There we go. Now we will set the evenly matched. And then we will attempt to absorb one of these guys. Who should we absorb? This guy destroys cards in the column, but it only destroys monsters. Jiaolong is the searcher. Okay, so we'll get Rock of the Vanquisher. Usually, it's not a wrong idea to get rid of Rock of the Vanquisher because that's like the linchpin of the deck. Well, one of the linchpins of the deck. Let's see what they think about that. Okay, Hop-Eared Squadron. Okay, going to Quick Synchro. I don't think this will do much, but we're gonna see what my opponent is going to do next here. So he's going to Quick Synchro, but what level 8 Synchro is he going to go into? I will see soon enough. So 6 them away. Axel Synchro, Stardust Doragon. Okay, sure. Let's see. Okay, special summons a tuner from the graveyard. I will not allow that. I will get rid of the tuner. Thank you. I believe he has a negate. Okay, and he concedes. You just love it when a plan comes together. Let's move on to the next duel. Just love it that Purrely is like a meta viable going second deck. We're going in a game where going second deck struggle a lot. Having something like this is brings joy to my heart. But let's see if Fly Crane has a response to turn 1 Max C. Cross out Designator! Alright, now we can safely turn this off and watch my opponent masturbate. Let's see what my opponent does here. Cross out Designator, so this doesn't indicate what kind of deck my opponent is on yet, so we're gonna find out together. Whatever it is my opponent is rocking here. Unless, of course, they bricked into High Heaven. Holy shit, they did brick into High Heaven. Why did you cross out Designator if you just bricked into High Heaven? Oh my god, opponent. And drew another Max C as well. Oh my god. Okay, Max C of your own. Oh no! Actually, that's fine. We're gonna save the triple attack for much later. We're gonna activate Purrely first. We're not gonna special summon. We're not gonna draw him into any cards just yet. Let's see what the top 3 hold for us. Ooh, Pretty Memory and a Sleepy Memory. That is really Gucci. We're gonna get Pretty Memory here. There we go. We'll put those 2 at the bottom. Then we will activate Purrely. Our graveyard isn't too flush, unfortunately. We only have cross-out designator to work with, so we're not gonna have a lot here. So we do this. We're gonna get Plump onto the field. There we go. Okay, so they draw 1 at least. And then, we're not gonna do that just yet. We're gonna do this. Pretty Memory. Yes, do you have something for that? Okay, we will absorb it. Up to thrice button. There we go. Okay, eat Pretty Plump doing his thing. Do you have something for this opponent? Pretty sure he does. Given that whatever priority is passed back, he could potentially have something here. Alright, Cosmic Cyclone, why? Oh, right, so that it wouldn't be absorbed. Actually, that's a really smart move. Holy shit. Okay. I follow you, opponent. I follow you. Okay. Smart idea. In that case, you're forcing me to use this early so that I can get rid of the Max C so that I have the requisite number of material in order to absorb. Holy shit. That was actually a really smart move. Holy shit. Okay. But I still gain 1,000 life points. It doesn't negate the effect, so that's something. But, I believe I will still be able to summon here. Yes, I will still be able to summon. I will discard my Max C. Drew off the top, by the way. I think I should just get another, or I should just guarantee something here. Yeah, I'll just guarantee it. Okay, there we go. So let's just get Lily herself, then we'll activate her effect. There we go. Okay, now you Ash Blossom that. Alright, that's actually really good. I've been saving the triple attack for that one. Now we will absorb, because we don't have anything else better to do. We'll get both of the ones from my opponent's graveyard. Come on, laptop, come on. Don't make me waste too much time here. I'm a little sick. Come on. Have a little bit of mercy on sick old me. I'm turning 32 this year. Jesus Christ. Come on, laptop. You can do it. Come on. There we go. Alright. 1 and a 2. Okay. Now we will absorb those 2. I'm not slow playing on purpose, opponent. It's my hardware. Blame my hardware on that one. Okay. So that happens. And there we go. All right, and we will triple tactics talent here. We will draw 2 cards because we are empty. There we go. They already used their Ash Blossom, so there's that. And we drew into my friend Purrely anyway. Oh, I just love it when a plan comes together. Alright, we're gonna get 3 copies of Sleepy Memory so that we have a way to draw out of our bullshit here. Okay. So 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Pick your poison, opponent, unless of course you're going to like shame concede here. It's always a possibility given that his internet connection is quote unquote notwithstanding. And yeah, they had nothing else better to do. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so gonna miss this deck at this kind of power level. Oh my god. Let's move on to the next duel. Oh boy, I won all my dire rolls today. Jesus Christ. I am scared of my future. Open with Max C yet again. Jesus Christ. Master Duel has been he's being generous today. But let's see. Opponent isn't passing priority just yet. They have something. But, okay. Priority has been finally passed back. Alright. Do you have something for Max C, opponent? Of course, you have an Ash Blossom. Alright, I have an Ash Blossom of my own, so we'll set the priority back to normal. Okay, so let's see what else my opponent has for me here. So main phase 1. What do you have for me here, opponent? Kashtira Fenrir, sure. Add a Kashtira monster to hand. I believe that is fine. That is actually fine. The one that I'm actually scared of is Unicorn, because that's the one that searches Kashtira Birth. Okay, Rise Heart before he became Arise Heart. Kashtira Theosis. Alright. He is literally going to go through the entire rigmarole here. Oh my god. So this is definitely Ash Blossom bait, because I believe you can also Ash Blossom the on-field effect of Rise Heart, and that stops him from doing his thing, if I remember correctly. Special summon you can banish a Kashtira card. Yeah, because it searches, I believe. Yeah. Send the card from deck to grave. Oh no, so this bypasses Ash Blossom. But I believe there's a way to stop this using... at the very least, you can use Infinite Permanence on that thing. Nothing... Oh god, they banished 1 Purrely. So that's one dog cat thing out of rotation. So we are in a pickle here. Oh boy. I was hoping that none of the main deck monsters were going to be banished, but here we are. So let's see here. Alright, Shangri-Ira. Okay. I don't know how much else they're going to do with 2 cards in hand. Okay, so they potentially have a hand trap, and then this is probably the preparations. I throw into Purrely anyway. Okay, sure. Let's see what else my opponent has for me here. Okay, yeah, Shangri-Ira, sure, that's fine. During the standby phase, so we cannot get triple tactics talent. As much as I want to get no wait, I should get evenly matched, so that he'll have a choice to choose between either Shangri-Ira, the back row, or whichever Kashtira he's going to summon here. Okay, yeah, getting Fenrir is definitely the right choice. But since you activated that, opponent, you have activated my trap card. But if you negate this, then I will concede on the spot. Okay, cool. We will get evenly matched. No, we will not set it because you have monsters on the field. That is a distinction that I learned the hard way to remember. There we go. Then move to battle, move to main, and move to end of battle phase. Then we will evenly matched. Do you have something for this, opponent? Alright. You're going to have to choose now whether or not you're going to keep any one of your 3 cards on board. So let's see what you choose to keep. I'm assuming he's going to keep Fenrir, because he is like the strongest piece of removal out of all of them. Ooh, he's flipping his card. I believe this is preparations. If assuming my laptop loads. Hello. There we go. Oh, it's Labyrinth with a splash. Okay, sure. I believe he's just activating this to save it here. If I'm reading it right. But we're gonna see. He will not be able to do too much here. He will have to choose. Okay, now it's evenly matched, and he will literally have to banish all of them anyway. So it doesn't end in the graveyard until much, much later. Okay, so he leaves behind Shangri-Ira. I have no idea what his one card in hand is, but if it's something that will stop this search, I have another thing coming for him. Okay, Delicious Memory even. Great. My opponent is screwed 3 ways until Sunday, so we're gonna get that. Okay. Of course, unless this is infinite impermanence, which I believe it isn't. Effect Veiler could also be a thing, but we're gonna see here. Okay, so it's nothing. Then we're gonna do this. We're gonna summon Plump. We're gonna do the entire Purrely thing here. There we go. I have no idea what that one card in hand is, but I am not going to wait long enough to find out. We're gonna get Theosis because that has a banish effect. We're gonna nip that at the bud right now. There we go. Then we're gonna summon. We're gonna use Sleeping Memory, activate Plump. There we go. And then in response, Pretty Memory. There we go. And then activate Plump again. There we go. This will hopefully make Noir big enough to contest this, but we can even skip that entirely and just, get rid of Shangri-Ira. Not give it material anymore. Oh my god, just have an indestructible cat, here. Alright. We're gonna put it here because we can. And there we go. X Purrely Noir. There we go. At 3200 attack. So just 3 slaps in the face and you are dead, opponent. There we go. So we'll get Shangri-Ira back onto the field because Plump is only temporary removal, but it no longer has materials, so it can no longer do its thing at full capacity. Does it only summon if it has material? Now that I think about it, I'm gonna find out soon enough here. During each standby phase, yeah, it doesn't need material in order to special summon a Kashtira from the deck. All right, that is completely fine. So we draw our 1 extra card thanks to Sleepy Memory. Then we move into the main phase. During each standby phase, special summon a Kashtira monster from your deck. Oh, he only has 2. Okay, he only has Rise Heart and Fenrir, or he just chose not to. Oh, because it's a can, so he ignored it. Okay, sure. So he now has a very big conundrum to deal with here. End phase, sure, that's fine-ish. I can spin both of these back, but I'm going to choose not to. So we just move on to our draw phase here, and then okay, Purrely Street is the one that will definitely break this game wide open. Because that will make Noir grow bigger every time. We're not gonna do that. If it would be destroyed, nah, that's fine. We're gonna see what my opponent summons here. Let's see. I mean, this thing is unaffected by everything, so the only thing that can contest Noir is something bigger than it, which we're gonna find out what my opponent chooses to get out of the situation. Alright, getting Tearlament's Kashtira. Okay, sure. Send top 3. I think my opponent would rather mill themselves in this situation. So let's see. Alright, they milled themselves. They milled more Labyrinth cards. That is fine. So we're going to use Purrely Street here. And then let's see what else my opponent's going to do. Not much. Alright, sure. We're just going to go straight into battle. Then we'll attack Tearlament's Kashtira here. As if my opponent can do anything else anyway. But of course, I am worried about whatever this back row is going to be. So let's see. Again, he cannot... he can target Noir. It's just not going to do anything. So we're just going to move to the end of the turn. And then we will activate... we're going to activate the field spell. Okay. And then we will make Noir as chunky as she can be. There we go. Unless my opponent has something to say about that. Nope. Okay. We're gonna put Delicious Memory. And there we go. 5,900. Literally bigger than anything you could ever throw at an opponent. So let's see what you got. Okay. Then let's see here. We'll draw 1 extra card. during their standby phase. Okay, yep, special summons a Kashtira. That's fine. Okay, what will my opponent do here? Okay, yep, Unicorn. Yep, that's the one I'm worried about the most. But I'm not too worried about it here. We're gonna draw one extra card from Sleepy Memory. Hopefully my opponent doesn't catch on too quickly as to what I'm up to here. When that what I'm up to is I'm just gonna kill him. Oh my god. Yeah, sure. That's fine. If you do plan on summoning any more monsters, I will also maxi here. So let's see what my opponent thinks about that. Yeah, he wouldn't use Ash Blossom there because there are far bigger problems on board at the moment. I'm assuming he will get rid of Zeus since it's like the only other since it's like the most obvious backup plan. Yep, that's about what I expected. All right. Let's see what else my opponent does. Okay, yeah, that's to be expected. What else are you gonna do, opponent? Bake me a cake or something? Let's see here. So he's going to get rid of that zone. Okay, main phase 1. Do you have something to out Noir, opponent? Do you have a Kaiju in that deck somewhere? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out together. Oh, just literally just going into Arise Heart. Okay, sure. That's a respectable play. I'm sure I'm putting him in attack position. Okay, that is bold. That is bold indeed, with only one material, by the way, and you need 3 materials in order to do his thing, so very bold of you, opponent. I'm assuming you don't realize that you can target Noir. Okay, sure, because it was banished, sure, that's fine. Okay, so he literally did that just so that Arise Heart can have more material. Okay, sure. Oh, did he get Big Bang? No, he didn't. Why? Why would you do that? Just so you can have material? Sure, that's fine. End phase. Field spell trigger. Making my Noir even bigger. So, let's see here. I believe Noir will not work under these circumstances because nothing can be sent to the graveyard, so because this needs to send stuff to the graveyard, I believe. Or rather, Pretty Memory needs stuff to be sent to the graveyard in order for it to do its thing. So I don't think it will work there. Alright. Kashtira will be summoned. Okay, I have Called by the Grave ready for whatever Kashtira is going to summon here. Okay, Rise Heart. And that's my cue to use this offensively. There we go. We're gonna banish his Rise Heart from the graveyard. And that will hopefully make my opponent very, very sad. There we go. That will negate it. And yes, that will attach his material. That's completely fine by me. You have far bigger problems to worry about here, opponent. And let's see. Okay, he attaches one of those. Sure, that's fine. We're literally just going to attack. We literally have nothing else better to do here. We're going to attack into the most obvious one. Do you have? I mean, you do it now. Okay, fine. You want it? You want it? You don't want it? Sure, that's fine by me. Now we're going to attack Rise Heart. Sure, that is fine. We're not going to put mi amigo on the field because that is not what we're up for. Or what we can do instead, I'm gonna put this in on the field, then use Pretty Memory, send that to the graveyard, and we will absorb Shangri-La. That is literally what I was waiting for the entire time. Okay, now you have 2 cards in an opponent against a nearly indestructible monster, unless you have a Kaiju, of course. Otherwise, yeah. Opponent will literally only be able to turn this around if they have a Kaiju. But we're gonna cut it here because my allergic reactions are getting the best of me here, and I'm going to rest for I'm going to do my Jew rest. after what happens in the after all of the celebrations in the New Year's. I literally nearly slept the entire day away. I slept for the entire afternoon and woke up and just to do some house cleaning, and then here we are recording on Master Duel. So if you guys like what you saw, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share this among your friends. And until next time, oh, by the way, I know I'm going to win here because my opponent barely has anything, unless of course they draw a kaiju, which in that case, props to them for crawling their way out of this. But until next time, guys, toodles.